Our mission at the Pregnancy Counseling Center is to reach out to women who are hurting with a message of hope.
I was very scared, but they prayed for me. They really, were my right hand in everything. And to this day, I still get calls from them checking up how I am.
The mission is simple. The Pregnancy Counseling Center is here to embrace every single person who walks through our doors.
Seeing the baby was everything for me. I didn't know that it was going to be moving. It was really heartwarming.
To me, ReImagine means to do something in a fresh, new way, but reaching the same goal. A way that is interesting and it's compelling.
ReImagine how far we can go with the community support.
ReImagine to me would mean imagine what we can do with all the services that we provide, how we can help our neighboring communities and families that we serve.
Where it draws people in.
They made me feel really at peace. I felt like I was with my family.
Because they truly care about you there.
I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders after coming here and just talking to them.
So that gave me a lot of, relief.
I have hope.
Everyone who comes into our center receives love and care.
Every situation is unique when a woman or a man walks through our doors, and we meet them where they are in their journey in life.
Hello, my name is Pastor Abe Anaya. I am one of the pastors at Shepherd Church in Porter Ranch, California. I want to welcome everybody who is tuning in to this virtual gala. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here, and tonight is going to be an amazing experience. So before we begin, I want to ensure that all of us are able to just slow down just a bit, okay? In order for us to ask that we would have ears to hear and eyes to see and hearts to feel the reality of what is about to take place. So would you join me and maybe perhaps bow with me on the other side of this screen as we pray. Sweet Jesus, we thank you for today. We thank you for the opportunity to be able to gather via virtually, but nonetheless gather in your name, knowing and trusting that you have a plan and a purpose for this video and this gala. God, for all of the people that are tuning in, we ask that you would prepare our hearts, that you would prepare our hearts to receive, that you would prepare our eyes to see, that you would prepare our ears to hear the realities of your kingdom in the here and in the now. To know that today we exalt you, God, by bringing attention, a very specific attention to the sanctity of life. And life is only received by the very breath that you breathed into the first human being in Adam as you breathed life into his nostrils. And then you decided to make woman from man. But then thereafter, for all of humanity, for thousands upon thousands of years, God, you decided that human life was going to come from a woman's womb. And blessed is that womb. And so tonight we say thank you. Thank you for your perfect creation. Thank you for allowing us to be here today, and the fact that any of us who are listening and breathing and who are experiencing this right now is a testimony of your perfect created order, because every one of us was born of the very woman that you put on this earth in order to have childbearing fruitfulness in your kingdom. We love you, Jesus, and we thank you. We ask you all these things in your name.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Eddie Burnell, the Executive Director of the Pregnancy Counseling Center. Tonight, you will hear from our dedicated staff, our medical personnel, and the clients that we have served in our community. Now, let's get started.
Hi, my name is Angelica Michelle.
Hi, my name is Diana Levy.
My name is Angie, A-N-G-I-E.
So my name is Nelson. I just want to thank the Pregnancy Counseling Center for allowing me to come here to share my experience, strength, and hope. I'll start very fresh with, at an early age of 10 years old, I began my addiction using tobacco and marijuana and alcohol. And at a naive age, you just follow what you're seeing out in the streets. And with no father at home, my mom working 2 jobs, my older brother being the only father figure that I had, I would say my life just started to decline.
I honestly had no idea where to start, as when you first become pregnant, you don't know exactly where to go, who to go to.
I was really worried because I haven't seen the baby. I didn't know, if it was okay, if it had a heartbeat.
When I was pregnant, and what was running through my mind was definitely abortion, I guess you can say. Well, before even being pregnant, I was always no, I would never do abortion. That's just, I don't know, that's something that I wouldn't do. But then being in that circumstance, it was kind of I don't know what to do. I don't want to have a baby right now. And that was kind of what was running through my mind a little bit, was to do that, just because I wasn't sure where my boyfriend was going to take place in this.
By the time I was 12 years old, I was already using harder substances like cocaine and became gang affiliated.
I was pregnant and I lost one baby, and I went to Planned Parenthood, and I didn't know I was pregnant with twins. So I lost one, and then I found out I was pregnant with the other one, which is my daughter now. I was 5 months pregnant, not knowing I was 5 months pregnant. and they were explaining the procedure of what they had to do to kill my baby. I started crying. I called my mother.
Crying hysterically, and then she remembered about here and the pregnancy center.
And they were just so inviting. They made me feel like everything was going to be okay. They reminded me that when I feel I'm not alone, that God is always on your side to help you through any struggles you're dealing with in life. And then I had JC, and I do not regret at one point leaving that abortion clinic, and God just guided me to them, and she's so beautiful. I'm so lucky to have her.
I think ReImagine to me means to rethink what we do and to think about different opportunities that we might have to serve people, going bigger on things that we've maybe thought we couldn't do. But that's just reimagining, is rethinking our possibilities.
Here at the Pregnancy Center, they help you out a lot with understanding the whole process, and they also make you feel like family, which is really comforting when you come here and when you're scared, you know, because it's a really big step in your life. So it's a wonderful center, and they have wonderful people working here. So
they become part of the family, and it's not something where, oh, they're here for a week and then they're gone. They're here for months to years. And we see videos and have meetings with our clients that, as their families grow, it's really a satisfying endeavor for sure.
She came over here, and when she was here, the ladies helped her so much. They really cared about her. They explained things to her.
They just were willing to just listen. Sometimes that's all you really need is an ear. And they really do provide a lot. If you just need it, they will. They have everything ready for you. You just have to be willing to accept. They're very generous.
They prayed for me. They really, you know, were my right hand in everything. And to this day, I still get calls from them checking up how I am.
Well, I think from an empathetic standpoint, the staff is unmatched. The way that they love and care for people that are going through a really difficult time in their lives, and they have a lot of emotions and a lot of questions, and the center staff here is here for them.
Diapers, wipes, clothing, they give when you have the baby. All you have to do is come back, and they'll have a care package here for you, ready.
Coming here, I was counseled really amazingly. The workers here are super amazing. They really made me feel a sense of like community here. They really do make you feel 10 times more comfortable. And honestly, it just really helped me throughout my journey because I was given a ton of resources.
And they help you whether you're prepared or not for situations.
When I grow up, I want to be a paleontologist. When I grow up, I want to be an engineer. When I grow up, I want to be an artist.
When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer.
We live in interesting times. We live in a world that is no longer upholding the sanctity of life. But I mean, is it any different than what it's been for thousands of years? I mean, the truth of the matter is that we live in a world where we must be advocates for the unborn child. I mean, if you are within the sound of my voice, that means that somebody was an advocate for you. Now, hear me out. I don't know who that advocate was, but I can assure you that you and I are not here accidentally. That every one of us is created on purpose and with purpose. I mean, can you imagine, when you think about yourself and you think about the people around you, can you imagine your life without any single one of them? I can't. I can't imagine I can't imagine my life without my wife, without my children, without my mother, without my brothers, without my friends, without my best friends, without the people I just can't imagine my life without all of the people that God has strategically put in my life. But in order for those people to be in my life and in yours, somebody advocated and said, this child needs to be born. What about the unborn child? Who advocates for them? You see, this is where humanity, where we have a debt, and our debt is only to be paid by God. But the fact that God has paid a debt for every single one of us, then we have a responsibility toward humanity. And that is to bring about the good news of God's kingdom in the here and in the now. And I'll tell you what, if there's anybody who cares about the sanctity of life, it's the very giver and sustainer of that same life. See, God created us with purpose and on purpose. He created both male and female in His image and in His likeness, and therefore we're called to be image bearers of the one true God.
Good evening. Tonight it is my great pleasure to present the Pregnancy Counseling Center's Jim McCloskey Award. For more than 20 years, Jim McCloskey has been the Pregnancy Counseling Center's great advisor. When the decision was made to convert the center to a licensed medical clinic, Jim and his committee spearheaded a 3-year process with his unwavering commitment and dedication to complete the task. To this day, Jim offers his time and talents. He has been a rock, a compassionate, intelligent, humble, loving person whose focus has been to help the moms and babies in our community. He is a pillar of light. So tonight, I'm very proud to present this award to someone who shines as Jim does, Anne Hennessy of the Right to Life League. Anne hails from Australia. She came to the United States in the 1970s where she met her husband Walt, and they have a beautiful daughter, Caitlin. When Anne was pregnant, she heard her daughter's heartbeat and became overwhelmed to take action to protect innocent unborn lives. She was pro-life with every fiber of her being. Anne is currently Director of Advancement of the Right to Life League, but prior to that, she was the CEO for 14 years. Anne works tirelessly to implement the League's programs and to train pregnancy medical clinics like ours to offer the highest standard of care to their clients. Anne is proud to be a part of an organization that saves and redeems lives, and is especially proud that the Right to Life League was the first organization to financially assist the movie Unplanned, resulting in an avalanche of others to support the movie. In 2019, she suggested the League join Babies Go to Congress, an initiative of Heartbeat International to show living proof that pregnancy centers like ours are good for America. Anne and a nurse from one of their clinics, along with the mother and baby who was saved through the work of the clinic, went to Washington, D.C. and met with the 2 California senators. Anne later met with Vice President Pence in his executive office. To quote Anne, "I can't think of a cause more worthwhile than saving our innocent brothers and sisters. We do it for God. We can't do it without Him." Congratulations, Anne. You represent the highest commitment of the Pregnancy Counseling Center, and we are honored to give you this wonderful award. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dottie, and my thanks also to the PCC board. I'm so honored to receive this award and to be in the company of such a dedicated pro-lifer as Jim McCloskey. One of the greatest pleasures of my work at the League has been meeting with the staff and board of the Pregnancy Counseling Center. I first met Nancy Corbett, your former executive director, and now dear Eddie, and you could never meet more impassioned or delightful women, and you can't help but be drawn to them. Their commitment to loving and serving the mothers who come to their clinic and saving the lives of their babies is exemplary, all while being so Christ-like, so gentle, and operating a professional and welcoming medical clinic. And they're backed by a dedicated, God-centered board headed by yourself, Dottie. What a team for life. While this is my 15th year at the League, the organization has been operating for much longer. It was formed in 1967 in response to the Bielenson Bill, which eventually legalized abortion throughout California. The founders of the League first established call centers, then brick-and-mortar counseling centers, and finally, after the dawn of the ultrasound, pregnancy medical clinics, just like the PCC. Currently, the League has 40 member clinics that we mentor. These licensed clinics are so important because once a woman sees her baby in an ultrasound, she is 80 to 90% more likely to choose life for her child. She can see the truth of her pregnancy, that it's not just a clump of cells. We also have a program for healing after abortion. We support a pro-life youth program, and we operate the West Coast Maternity Home Association. So we educate teens on sexual integrity so they never need an abortion. We support mothers in unexpected pregnancies so they don't have to choose abortion. And we help women back to peace and reconciliation with God and their church after they have had an abortion. We offer these trainings in these areas to clinics like the PCC. Now, we also need to look at the big picture of what's happening in our country with regard to life issues and religious freedom and other issues. Make no mistake, we are in a battle, a war between good and evil, and you are the soldiers. Make your voice heard. Be bold, winsome but bold. We have too much to lose. Dottie, thank you again for this honor and the honor and pleasure of working with the PCC. You, Eddie, and the staff of the PCC are always in my prayers. Thank you.
Who, if not you and if not me, then who advocates for God's perfect creation? So my encouragement to you and to me is that we would continue to seek out the realities of God's kingdom, that we would continue to advocate for the unborn child, because if we don't, then who will?
The ultrasound is called the window to the womb, and when they see some women that have been planning on having an abortion, when they see their baby moving, it just changes their mind.
So when I first seen her on the ultrasound, there was mixed emotions I had.
They're definitely impacted.
They were able to do an ultrasound and give me that peace of mind that the baby was okay. I was 13 weeks pregnant, so it was a relief and I was very excited.
There's no denying that there is a life with a little baby with a heartbeat.
I was grief-stricken because I wasn't knowing that I was 5 months pregnant.
Saw my baby in the ultrasound, I felt a relief.
When it comes to the ultrasound, this is a game changer for people. It is a look into the beginning of life. And like I said, women, when they see this, they are so often, their minds are changed and they know that it's the right thing to keep this pregnancy.
There are options. You don't have to feel like you're doing something to appease somebody, because I've had one abortion before and I did it because they didn't love me enough. They didn't want to be with me if I was going to have their child. And it just still gets to me, obviously. It's not worth it. Your health, it's your body. You do what you want to do, and you'll have somebody there to support you. Even if you don't have family, turn to the church. You will have support in every way. Mental health, they even help you financially and give diapers, and so you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Just don't make that decision based on somebody else's. Go for yourself.
ReImagine to me means reimagining all the different things that can happen here at the Pregnancy Counseling Center with the support of our donors.
At 13, I was looking at a female that got pregnant by myself, and 6 months in the womb, my son died of umbilical cord strangulation. You know, at a time like that, you know, you don't know what to fall into. You just know what your gut feeling is, and that's just to survive any which way you could. And that devastated my family, and it devastated my outlook on life. Being gang affiliated caused turmoil. I was stabbed 2 inches from my spine when I was 15, told that I wasn't going to walk. Thank God I got through it. You know, I did have a higher power that allowed me to continue. At 19, I was already in and out of jails, and just following, you know, the life of crime, just getting into trouble in the streets and not feeling a full potential to succeed in life. By the time I was 30 years old, I had finally hit a serious rock bottom in my life, and found myself incarcerated and going to prison. At that point in my life, I had some sorts of spiritual awakening. Is this what I wanted to do for the rest of my life? Is this the person that I was born to be? You know, was I supposed to just come in this world and suffer? Or was I supposed to just end up dead? I had a mother that loved me, my family. I had children already that were being raised without a father. You know, who does that? I'll tell you, me. Someone like me thought that that was normal. Yeah, I wanted change, but I didn't know how, and I wasn't ready. I want to tell everybody about the Pregnancy Counseling Center because they truly love and support you and me. This woman ended up getting pregnant that I was in this relationship with, and we found ourselves together walking the streets of San Fernando Valley and coming across the Pregnancy Counseling Center. We happened to walk in, and there was a young lady at the time. Her name was Eddie, and she was a counselor at the time. And she greeted us with so much kindness, so much love, so much support that for me it was breathtaking. It was a blessing. And all I wanted to do at that moment was be acknowledged and be supported. And the foundation and structure that this facility had, you know, gave us that. You know, we were able to get supplies for our daughter, our unborn daughter at the time.
They gave me a baby book. They give you a lot of information too of what you could do, how to prepare yourself for, you know, giving birth.
They even gave me a little onesie for the baby, a little blanket.
Every time I pass it, I always think of Chris and Norma and how much they just were willing to just listen.
You know, I commend you all. You know, if I can change, so can you. You know, my daughter is 10 years old, and we're happy for the first time in our life. You know, we have that support. Thank you just for listening, because you know what? We make the difference. God bless.
My life has been changed and impacted immensely. God has blessed me to go full circle in a way that I never dreamed of. Since about 40-something years ago, I had an abortion. And I was in a Bible study and I came to healing. And now God can use my experience here at the center and speak into the lives of the women.
Just listening to Norma telling me personal stories of herself, that was very helpful as well. Hearing something from somebody that I didn't know that was kind of going through something similar and that had some wiser words to say, that was really helpful too.
I'd like to say that we're the pause in their life. When they come here, they pause. We love them, we embrace them.
They help you a lot with understanding, the miracle of life, and really they give you the options that you as a woman can make for yourself.
A client came in, she was 4 months pregnant. She just wanted to talk, and then it was my turn to talk to her. And I said, would you like to talk to someone that had an abortion? And she said, no, I just want to talk to you. And then I was able to say, well, I've had an abortion. Do you want to ask me any questions? And by the time she was finished, she said, you took me to my happy place. And she was going to keep her baby. And that was one of the highlights of the year for me. And God blessed me and was able to use my experience to just speak into her life.
So the impact of the donations that we receive at the Pregnancy Center is very, very big. We are so excited when we get any donation. It all helps for the big picture of what the mission is of the Pregnancy Center. We are able to purchase those diapers, those toiletries. Sometimes we even purchase tailored to their situation. What if mom doesn't have enough money to buy a bassinet? What if mom doesn't have enough money to buy wipies? It all adds up, and for them, their need is, they need it. They need it right away.
This year's goal is $80,000. We're looking to upgrade our technology to better assist our clients. $40,000 is specifically to purchase a new ultrasound machine. 12 years ago, we purchased our first ultrasound machine with the help of a very generous donor and a wonderful organization. Now it's time to replace that machine with a new one. Won't you help us reach that goal?
When they leave, they're still going to go back to the pressures of a boyfriend or a parents or school or jobs that they have. But when they're here, they know that we are here for them, and your donations are so, so important to us. So we cannot do this alone. It always takes a village, and we thank you so much for all of your continued support.
I let my knees drop to the floor before I let my feet. Because, again, the God of my understanding allows me to work on day by day. Maybe you won't understand this, but God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I'm so grateful for that prayer.
They change me. They change me when I see their faces light up, when I see their conversion.
This may not matter, but I carry it. I carry it with me. I let the prayers, my hands,
And when I see the tears and when I see the happiness, it's just a bunch of different feelings, and it's just great to see that.
And I'm healthy. I can giggle like a kid and still be the man that I need to be. So those of you that right now want help, need help, and don't know how, raise your hand. I'm here, and so are all these organizations.
Today is not forever. You're not always going to feel the way you feel today.
My past doesn't matter. My future does. It made me the man that I am today. These tears that you see are not of pain. It's more of a reflection of the glory that I have.
Don't let this moment define who you are and what you can be.
I am stronger today.
I am stronger today because I have hope.
I am stronger today because organizations like this allow myself to be loved and to support me in the manner that I needed.
I want everyone to know about the Pregnancy Counseling Center because of the options they provide.
I felt like a source of like, all right, I know where to start, I know everything now, and it just made me feel 10 times more comfortable.
I want everybody to know about the Pregnancy Counseling Center because they truly love and are willing to support you.
The caring nature of our staff is going to show God's love to the people that we serve.
What is God calling us to do? What sort of actions? Ask the question, what is my role in all of this?
Reimagine what the PCC can become.
Imagine what we can do with our donations.
ReImagine to me is just rethinking this is what we do. Maybe we should think bigger and of different opportunities that we might have to provide service to people.
We will have support in every way.
And I really think that we're in a prime position to reach a hurting world.
I hope that you were blessed by everything that was said here today. And I pray that for the next 2 to 3 days that you would take the time to be keenly aware of what God is calling you to do. Thank you so much for joining us. God bless you, and hopefully we will see you in person this time next year.